guys, it's xBinx again. This video will be not really a tutorial, but just kind of playing around, with like hair and stuff. So, we'll be doing that today. Some people wanted to make it like a talking video and everything. So I just got some hair here that will be coloring and stuff like that, simple stuff. And we'll just be talking about like random things. These are all just suggestions from other people. There's some from me and everything. Some people asked me about in the last video why I put my outlines on multi-layer. It's because I actually didn't make these, and if I put it on normal, I can't color. We'll get a nice little color. I can't color underneath them. But if I put it on multi-layer, the actual layer, it will have it underneath there and everything else. Oops, I'm like coloring. I have like the stuff underneath and everything, like whatever. So it will actually work a little bit better. So that's a little nice trick that you can do when you're like you have a line art that is all white in the background. You don't want to deal with taking out the background, blah blah. Just put it on multi-layer and you'll be able to color underneath it, and it shouldn't mess up the coloring. It should be the same coloring ever as if you would do it normally. So that's kind of nice. Alright, now we off. So, as for topics for this video, we like random things. I mean, it's not gonna be like super detailed or like, super in depth. Just supposed to be like a nice little chill video for everybody. You might hear my music over my headset because I'm listening to music, seeing that, I don't like singing in silence for very long. It kind of drives me nuts, to be 100% honest with you. But, yeah. So, a few things I just wanted to mention that, like, this is not gonna be like, I'm not gonna tell you what I'm really doing other than what I just told you about, like, the layer, because not many people know that, and then they end up, I found out after wanting to color line art, and that kind of worked out a little bit. But, yeah, right, and it won't be speed up or anything. I keep like hearing videos being sped up, right? And people say like, I can't follow them because they're so fast and everything else. If the video itself is like sped up, it's probably because the video is not supposed to, you're not supposed to learn from it. If it's like really fast, like, because like obviously because it's sped up, then you're not like really supposed to learn from that video. That video is just there called a speed art, or, speed coloring or speed paint. So, I mean, don't really try and learn for those just because you're not gonna get it, and then it's just gonna be frustrating for you. But I'm just coloring like I normally would. I'm not even sure if this is like hair, but I'm gonna color it as hair. And one of my friends on Facebook, I saw she shared this picture. I was like, bro, this is a total cute picture that I could totally practice hair with and do like weird things with and everything else. So yeah, one of my other friends did this before, and I thought it was really cool because, like, it's like you're playing with stuff that you may not always play with, or you may come up with a hairstyle that you really like and everything else, especially with like the editing world and like training and everything. Finding stuff that you actually like to do and designing new characters is always a fun trip to go down. So I'm just like playing with colors that I normally may not be able to play with before. And yeah, so I mean, so if it's like, I would seem like I know what I'm doing because I'm also playing with everything. I'm also, enjoying what I can, like, figure out what I can do here and everything else. Like, I hate people that, I should say hate because it's a strong word, but I don't like it when people are like, well, it seems like you're not, don't know what you're doing. It's like, I do know what I'm doing, but I also like playing around and, whatever. My other video I just posted about, watch me coloring and everything, and people are like, why you redo things 10 million times? Because I don't like how it is. And I gotta figure it out. Like, I would try to do like a star pupil and everything. Well, that didn't work out. Clearly, I was like, oh, I'm not doing that. Screw it. Moving on to something else. But, I mean, that's just kind of how it goes. Like, if you don't get it the first time and everything, I kept on trying and trying, but it just, it wasn't gonna happen. But that's okay. It's like, just because you don't know what you may not be doing doesn't mean that you suck at it. It just means you're not getting it the way you want it. And I tell people that if you don't like it, then don't keep it. You can watch a pro artist and they do something and you'll be like, oh, that's really cool. And you try it and you're like, oh man, I actually really don't like this. Don't keep it. Just because that art, it works for that art, doesn't mean it gonna work for you. Like, don't sit here and try to keep it for yourself. Like, change it. Add new stuff to it. Enjoy finding your own little way to your own little path. And because you'll feel a lot happier when you do something that's all you and not like somebody else. And like, you didn't like take it for somebody else and everything else. Which is really nice for like with editing and everything, just because people are like, once you actually get the taste of like being able to do it on your own and like knowing what you're doing and like actually making something yourself and not editing something over, you're like, wow, this is like really cool. And then everybody kind of looks up to you because you're like this god, because you're like, be able to actually draw, and not many people know how to draw. Well, a lot more people are popping up now, but it's kind of like, you feel like a pro without actually being a super huge pro. And like the stuff I have been seeing is really nice because obviously we're all at a different level, but these people I'm seeing, they may not be pro artists, but they're still getting really nice support from the editing community, and that's kind of nice all the time. And so, but I mean, it's just kind of nice to see people being positive. And I mean, like, I know there always gonna be negativity in the world, but it's still like the nice thing about seeing something being done, being actually something, just being nice to one another. Like, why do we all have to be mean? Like, I was just talking to somebody the other day about how why do everybody have to be better? Like, we all have to be pro just everything. Like, just because you're not good at something and somebody else is, doesn't mean you, like, suck or anything. It just means, you know, you're not good at that thing. I mean, you may know how to do it, and that's totally cool. But just because you can't do it yourself, or can't get it the way you like it, doesn't mean, like, you're a terrible person, or you're a terrible editor or artist or whatever. it just means, you know, that you're not good at that. I mean, we all have our stuff. I mean, we all started somewhere. And, like, I really hate when people are like, oh, well, I need side to be good. I need, you know, this to be awesome and everything else. And it's like, no, you don't. No, mm-mm. You don't need a tablet. And I mean, like, me being a tablet user, I get a lot of hypocrite because they're like, oh, well, technically you're already a tablet user, so I don't know why you're even talking. It's like, yeah, tablets are nice, but I also tend to draw my own things, and I don't use it just for editing. I use it for, like, doodles, I use it for, like, mostly coloring and everything else, and of course I have to color my edits, but it was still, like, I still really enjoy having my tablet, but that doesn't mean there was a point where I didn't have a tablet and I really wanted to do art. I have a friend who draws and everything. She's not in any community. She just draws and she draws great. And I love the way she draws. But she likes the way I color, and she, you know, just because she doesn't approve of editing because she's an artist and everything else, it's she doesn't put it down because if it wasn't for editing, I would not have learned how to color the way I do. And I mean, some people don't understand why it, like, totally lost my train of thought. Some people don't understand why, like, editing is, like, good and everything. It's because, you know, we actually try and you learn so much from what you see and everything else. Like, believe it or not, how I learned to, like, color and how I learned to actually do half the stuff I do it's because I edit, and it's like, I mean, yeah, I mean, I do a lot of art outside of editing and everything, or I did in high school anyways. I don't really do it now because it's super fucking expensive and everything. All the materials are just costly. But, well, yeah, I mean, you know, I do have some knowledge of art, and that does help. Like, I tell people that all the time. Like, they like don't understand how their shading doesn't work or why this doesn't look like someone else's. It's because they don't understand the basic laws of, like, art, like writing and knowing where to put things, and, you know, like, there's just some things that, you know, if you actually do something for a long period of time, like, you know. So I mean, like, going back with editing, you know, I did it for a while, and I started to, like, I wanted to do my own thing. I wanted to be able to reshade and recolor and not just color over the original and keep everything the same that the artist did. I wanted to have my own little thing, and that's what I did. I mean, I started looking at as I was actually hanging over, I started seeing where they put their license art, seeing where they put shading and everything else. Like, believe it or not, like, you can learn a lot from just paying attention. I mean, I feel like not many people understand that, and I feel like it hurts them in the end because they're like, you know, I want to get better, but I don't know what I'm doing. It's like, pay attention to what you're actually aiming over. Because even though all the artists have their own style, it doesn't mean, you know, it all has this same base of it. It all has the same, like, you know, same structure it's built off of. The only thing that's really different in the end is, like, that it's like a different style. everybody has like found their own way to do something and everything else. And so it just kind of you notice things and you notice how people color things, and then other people notice that because obviously people use it, people like notice it and everything else. And like, don't be afraid to actually like copy. If you're already aiming, don't be afraid to actually like copy the shading that's already there and just redo it your own way. I mean, best case scenario, you learn how to do it yourself. I mean, that's pretty much how it goes. But I mean, you can learn a lot from just paying attention to what you're doing and understanding why somebody did that, or you know, just simple stuff like that. And this is going to be like a really random like video because I don't really know what to talk about. I'm just talking about random things. And now I'm not talking off. My bad. I got into the like coloring and everything. Uh, but I mean, yeah. I mean, editing can be really great and it can be really helpful. And I always tell people that you can get a tablet and that'll all be fine and dandy. And you may like your stuff a lot better. But I know people who had gotten tablets and within 4 or 5 months they have to sell their you know $80 tablet because they no longer edit, and they spent like $80 on a tablet, or if not more, depending on other other brands like Wombu tablets are super fucking expensive, and so I mean those are always expensive. I always tell people that it's gotta be. If you want to get a tablet, do one of my cheaper ones that I recommend. I mean, it may not be super like cheap for everybody, but I'd rather spend like $80 or whatever on a tablet than spending 200 and some and then end up not wanting it or end up having to resell it. Because even though people want to have tablets, doesn't mean they always want to buy one used. And so, and yeah, so I mean, you could get a tablet, but I would make sure that if you actually want a tablet, then make sure maybe try some other art stuff and like maybe actually try drawing and try getting into that stuff a little bit more. So then if you do end up doing other edits or whatever, or moving up from editing and going into drawing, you'll be more you actually have the tablet used for something else other than just editing or something like that. So, the hair looks really wild. I'm not joining me, so they can't. You guys, the video won't be able to see the chat, but like obviously, you guys, uh, they can see what I'm doing on the video and everything. So, I don't know how long this video will be. I mean, I'm hoping that maybe I'll break it down. Maybe I won't. I'm not really sure what I wanted to do yet. Oh, oh no! Just kidding. But, I mean, yeah, as I was saying that, you can only get other stuff, like, you can only do other stuff with the tablet. Don't just stick with it and enjoy it with other things. I mean, for all you know, you could, like, be a really aspiring artist, and you would never know unless you don't try. So, that's always kind of nice to do. Just kind of play around with something you're not used to. I usually like never use these select tools, but because reason why I'm doing this is because it's not closed right now. Like the lines on the original like not closed, or like they're super light, so my select tool kind of goes all over the place. But that's alright. I mean, it's okay. Extra and everything else. Yeah, restart. Good. But yeah. I don't really know what I'm going to be talking about in this whole video. I'm only on hairstyle too, and I feel like I'm already out of ideas. But I guess I can. I had like some topic ideas, and I was like talking about me or talking about what I'm already talking about, type of deal. But my history of editing, I did a lot of, you know, I started back in like 2008, give or take, and it was simple, basic, and to like the point it was like on Photoshop, or not Photoshop, Bucket, and started off with just putting my poems on anime pictures, and that's what I call it editing. But like I started with that, and then my friend Julia got me into it, and I was like, this is really cool, I'm gonna do this. And I went on a site called SAT, which is called Zat.com, or however you want to pronounce it. But they had that, and we could like do our own pictures and everything else. So I was like, bro, this is so awesome. So like I started doing that. I started making like a lot of pictures with like my own like saying them, like I mentioned, and like things like that. And then it evolved into, I met another friend online, and she had like GIMP, which like she edit your pictures and she could change the color of the pictures. And I was like, this is mind blowing. Like, how do you do this? And I asked her how she did it. She's like, well, I downloaded a program and called GIMP, and you edit on it. I was like, oh, okay. Well, when she first showed me it, I was like how you do everything, because I wasn't really sure on how she did everything. And then she told me it was a simple like color mode, which I don't know if they even have it anymore on GIMP. but just the simple color mode where just pretty much you pick a color like pink and it changes the color and it keeps the shape. Kind of like it kind of like multi-layer and kind of like overlay. Like it would keep the shade that's already underneath there. I would just make it like whatever. And but it didn't make it dark. And sometimes if I it would kind of like probably a little bit more like overlay because it made it brighter with some things. And so I started off with that and I was like, bro, this is so great. And I was super impressed with how I could do. And then everybody started kind of moving to Photoshop. Everybody went through the phase where Photoshop was prime and that's like the best thing in the world. And I was like, I don't want to learn the new program. I like what I can do inside on GIMP. I think at the time there was no like free versions of it, so I was like, I'm not gonna pay for something that I may not ever use. So screw that. So not even sure how I want to do it, but yeah. So it's like, nope, not gonna do that. I'll just stay with GIMP because I'm happy with what I can do and blah blah blah. So I did it that way. I just stayed with GIMP, and then I got better with GIMP. I got like learn like effects and I learned how to do fonts, and then like my base stuff was I could make my own backgrounds and place them in behind pictures and take out backgrounds. Excuse me. And that was like my thing. I was super happy about that. And so that was something I really felt accomplished by. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, I kind of stopped editing just because I got off SAT and I was on Skype and everything, and I didn't really edit a whole lot in the course of the start of, like, I would say probably in the beginning of 2013, because that's when I met my boyfriend at the time, and we kind of got off SAT because that's when we met. Because it was kind of like if you want a decent relationship without much drama, you should probably get off SAT because it was just drama, non-stop drama, and people trying to break one another up, and it was just like, oh, too much hassle to deal with. We'll just go on Skype and we'll talk on our own little chats, and that will be our thing, and we don't have to worry about anybody else coming in and blah blah. So that was kind of nice. And then, so I kind of took a break. I kind of took a break of, editing for a little while. I think I made one last picture, which was the picture that got my boyfriend to actually, like, ask me out. And that was, like, the last picture I did. And then I started getting really into, like, playing video games again, which I would really like video games. I just never actually played that much, just because I like to watch video games, so I really like to watch like Jacksepticeye and Markiplier. And I used to watch PewDiePie, but then I kind of got a little over him. Not saying he's not good or anything, he's probably a really great YouTuber, but I just kind of got over it. I was like, I don't really know if I really like this anymore. And but I moved on to like Markiplier because my boyfriend watched Markiplier and Markiplier was really great and everything else. So I was like, cool, we'll do this and I'll watch this, and we watch stuff together all the time. And so I took a break, and probably the start of I guess like 2014, I wanted to edit again. I wanted to like make like kind of like get back into it, and I never really left the editing scene, like the editing crowd. I just kind of moved off to Facebook, and there were a lot of people that edit there anyways, and that I knew from SAT, so that was kind of already nice. That kind of kept my friends. And then, um, this brush is way too big. I'm gonna have to go with the other brushes. Maybe try this one. But yeah, so I mean, like I kind of kept all my friends and everything, which it was kind of nice and everything. But I wanted to go back to editing, and so I kind of like made a page, which Facebook was kind of a thing. It still kind of is a thing. It called it Monster Originals. I kind of like based off of that and everything. But so I made a page where people can request stuff, and I could still do art and everything else. Because after high school, I kind of stopped doing art, just because, as I mentioned before, it was super expensive to get all the tools. So editing was kind of like my escape from still doing art, but not fully doing art. Like I'm not like art was just kind of like my thing, and my mom just came down, and so yeah. So I mean, did that, and I met a lot of cool people on Facebook, and I met a lot of cool people doing it, and that's why we're still using GIMP. And my boyfriend's mom was nice enough to get me a tablet. Now, I had a tablet before. It wasn't like a super fancy one. I can't remember how much I even paid for it, but I really wanted a tablet. Got myself a tablet. And I tried it on GIMP and it was terrible. Well, at the time, I didn't realize that GIMP doesn't really support tablets. Like the pressure and everything, and that's why it was terrible. And I tried like erasing the background with my tablet, and I just hate it. I didn't like it at all. So I was like, no, this is not for me. Because I really wanted to do like art stuff, and my friend, who I mentioned before, the art friend, had like a tablet. And I was like, I want to be like her. I want to be able to do this stuff. And yeah, so that didn't work out. So I kind of gave up on it. But my boyfriend mom ended up, she ended up buying me a tablet for Christmas. And it was the first, I can't say it's my first tablet because technically it's the first tablet that I actually worked with. And my first duel was terrible. And actually being able to actually do something on it was terrible. And I didn't really care for it, so I kind of put through it aside. I was like, nope, I'm not gonna really do this again. But I'll still keep it because I may like it later on. And then um probably the start of like around my birthday, which is March 13th, I found out I got really like super tired all the time, and I kind of stopped eating again because I just felt tired. But at the time I was working two jobs, and like one job was like working me really really hard. I was just like, oh, I don't want to do this anymore. Like I'm tired, and I was just always exhausted, and I couldn't understand why. And around my birthday, this was like the start of 2014. But around my birthday, I found out that I was pregnant, and yeah, I had. And they told me that reason why I was probably so tired is because that's like one of the first signs of like pregnancy. It's like you can get really tired in your first trimester. So I was always tired, and that would explain everything. I was too much pregnant, and I didn't even know. And it was like, and most people are like, well, don't you keep track of that stuff? And I was like, nope, I don't really keep track of my period. It was like, it came, it didn't. At the time, it was like, it was January and that was February. And February, because it's a short month, I sometimes always get a weird thing. Like, sometimes it'll come and sometimes not, because maybe girls will understand this a little bit more, because, whatever, periods. But I was like, maybe I won't get it, and that's when I started getting, like, flags that, like, maybe I was pregnant, because I hadn't gotten my period for a while. And I was like, I'll wait till the end of February, I'll take a test. And then February came around, and course, no period. So I was like, okay, I need to take tests. I need to figure it out. And sure enough, I was pregnant. And so, but it was nice. I was on birth control and we were using condoms, and I still got pregnant. So we were happy. My boyfriend's happy. Still the same boyfriend I've been with. And everything else. So it was really nice. Everything, and that summer was kind of hard. Not really hard in the sense where it was like, oh my god, like this is terrible in my pregnancy. Girls are super fucking moody. Like, you think if you're a guy and you think a girl on her period is bad, never be around a pregnant woman. Oh my god. Like, I was super angry all the time. All the fucking time. Everything, like, me and my boyfriend did end up in, like, a fight. Because we weren't really getting a lot of time together because I was working so much. And, like, it was nice because we were getting all this money coming in and everything else. But it was just the fact that, oh my god, it was, we were fighting all the time. And yeah, I think too, we were only been dating for like a year at that point. And, we were just kind of like at each other's throats and everything else. And we still love each other. We still worked it out and everything else, which was really nice. But it was super annoying and everything. And I think if I ever get pregnant again, that I hope it will be different and everything else. But it was super, like, we were just exhausted and everything. I was just blaming on that. But it was just over there, like, yeah, it was a good time. But we ended up moving back to my hometown because we moved out of it. He's from New York, and so I am from Minnesota. So he came here and lived with me back in 2013. So being able to come here and everything else, well, now with me being pregnant, I was like, okay, well, I would like some help with raising the child. Not saying he didn't help, but just like family support and everything, and like, being able to do that and all that stuff. So we moved back to my hometown, and so my family can be there and everything. Um, his family, on the other hand, is of course, was in New York at the time, so I mean, I couldn't have moved to New York, but everything in New York is super expensive compared to obviously where uh, I live, where I was raised and everything else. So we were just decided to move back where I live because it was a lot easier and a lot cheaper. And so we did that way. I'm totally getting off track because it's supposed to be like editing and everything else. But promise I'll go back to it. But we did kind of that way and moved back to my hometown. That's where I'm at. I'm not working at the time and everything else. Well, I decided that I wanted to start working on my own art. I wanted to, like, I didn't really want to edit anymore. I was like, nope, I'm going to start doing my own art. I'm actually going to try and do my own thing because I know I can do it. Because if anybody knows how I am a very positive thinker and, I try everything I don't do. And so, I picked up my tablet that I got from my boyfriend's mom and started to draw. I mean, I just started, whatever. At the time, my laptop was getting old. It was 6 years old at the time. It's still running, but I updated. I gave it to my friend. My art friend actually, the one I've been talking about. She has it, but she used it, but she also has like other laptops she used too. She just kind of takes off all the laptops because I didn't really want to sell it because it was so old and everything else. It's like didn't even have my HDMI cord hook up because it was at the point where I got it when I was like 17. It was my first laptop and I worked really hard for it. And I guess I got the laptop where they just started to make like HDMI cords for like HDMI hookup for the laptop, and mine just happened to have it. So I never have that, and so um, we did. So I was like, and I'm still like this way too. I was like, I want to, if I'm gonna update to like, I rather update to a new laptop because it's been 5 years or 5 years or so since I actually got a laptop. I want a new laptop, and just in case my laptop dies on me, I'd rather have a new one before it dies and everything else. And that's why I don't really want to sell it, because technically laptops only have are only supposed to last like 3-4 years depending on. So it was like I was really impressed that my laptop lasted that long and everything else. The only thing that was wrong with it is that the charger didn't really hold all the time. Like it kind of drained out because I had it hooked up on and everything else. And I try not to have it my new laptop be that way. But anyways, back to the whole story. Um, I want a new laptop, and it's around my birthday again. It's at March, and um, well, I'm getting kind of getting so I had my son and everything. He is now year and a half years old, so he's alive and everything else. I have my son, and I'm still a stay-at-home mom at my dad's house. My boyfriend's working, and I'm like, he ended up, something happened with his job where he just kind of like, I don't want to work anymore. Like, I want to be home. And he didn't really see our son very much and everything when he first started. So, like, when our son was like a newborn, he didn't really get the chance to see him. And we kind of like, it's really sad because, like, I didn't want my son to feel like he's not going to know what his father looks like and how he's going to react to his father, blah, blah, blah. So it's kind of sad about that. And, um, so we turned around and we switched. I went to work and I got a job, and my boyfriend is a stay-at-home dad. So we did it that way, which is nice and everything. And so back to the story. I know I'm getting off track, but I still have like you know 7 more hairstyles to do. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do the whole thing in one thing, but well, I'm getting so off track of my story, and I apologize for that. But we I decided I wanted a laptop, like a new one. So I turned around, and my first like actual paycheck, I got a laptop for my birthday, and it's like a purple laptop, and really nice and everything else. And this is when I was kind of drawing my own stuff. I was kind of getting my foot in the water and like drawing. I had made a Jimmy art and everything else, and I'm like drawing on there. I mean, I'm not pro or whatever. I was just like super good, but it was getting in there. And so when I got my new laptop, um, I'm using GIMP still, and as I mentioned before, my tablet wasn't really working that great with my laptop, like with GIMP. And I was like, I'm still gonna do this anyways. And um, I turned around, and when I got my new laptop, which I said like countless of times now, I apologize. Um, she, I got GIMP, and it's totally new, and I don't like it, and I don't like the layout and everything else. And I was like, I already been trying to use Psy, but because I knew what I could do in GIMP, I kept on converting back to GIMP and kind of leaving Psy like in the dust type of deal, because I was like, I don't want to sit here and learn everything. Cause I know exactly what I want to do, and if I didn't GIMP, I could do it in like no problem. And so when that came out, when I actually got GIMP, and it was like not that great anymore, and I didn't really care for it. I was like, well, if I'm gonna have to learn a new program, I guess I should just turn around and use learn Psy. I mean, Maya fucking well. And so that's what I did. I turned around and I used Psy, and I honestly don't remember what I did. I think I looked up videos the first time I did everything. I was like, I have no idea what I'm doing, so I'm just gonna look up videos, see how it goes. And of course, everything was like a tablet thing, and I don't know why I didn't like start doing my tablet, but I guess this is like more of the sense that I wanted to actually be able to know what I'm doing before learning, like getting into it with my tablet and everything. Well, once I learned how to, I think I played with the modes, and I found out that this had multi-layer and this had like I was using overlay and for my light shading and everything. So it's like I noticed on here it was like super weird. So it's like, oh, well, I guess screen will work, and that would be my thing. That would work. So that's kind of what happened. And so after that, it just kind of like blossomed into, you know, being able to do everything and be able to like work everything. And I looked up things how to do like line art, with the line art tool and everything. And I looked up how to do that. And that's how, like, cause some of the videos I have on my health group is videos I have personally looked up and looked at myself to learn how to do everything on my own. And I'm gonna sound like a bitch, but I mean, it kind of frustrates me when people don't want to actually look up stuff their own and only want to count on somebody else showing them. I get people want to see it be done, but you know, honestly, it's not gonna go like it, you really have to be independent on your own for sometimes stuff work. Nobody can really be there to show you and hold your hand. I mean, I'm nice enough to be like, try to be there and try to help out the best I fucking could. But I'm not gonna be there. I'm gonna get busy. I have a kid. I'm like, what if I always had to just drop anything altogether? Like, you gotta be on your own. And it's always better to like, obviously learn on your own than try and like figure out something waiting on somebody to teach it for you, because then you have to find a schedule for them and you have to find a schedule for you and then everything else. And that's why I started making videos, just because it's the fact that not anybody, like, I couldn't keep up with everybody's time schedules, and it was more of the sense too that I kept on, I hate getting blown off. I kept on getting blown off by people, and like, if people were like, oh, well, I'm kind of busy right now. I mean, that's totally fine if you want to be busy, but I also have a ton of stuff to do. I usually have a list. If anybody knows me, I have a list of art that I'm happy to do all the time. And it's the fact that, I can't honestly wait around until you feel fit that you want to learn. So this is why I started making videos, because now I can just throw some videos at somebody and be like, here, you can learn on your own time. If you have any questions, just come back to me and we'll figure it out. And then plus it also helps too for, like, if they watch the video, they kind of already have a better understanding what I'm doing. So if they do have uh questions, I don't really have to explain everything from the start, or like be like, are you sure you know how to do this? Do you know how to do that? Type of deal, because they already understand that what I'm doing. So that's kind of a nice thing too. So, but anyways, back to the topic. Yeah. So I mean, that's how I just started doing. And then I mean, honestly, not long after, I turned around and was I was just doing it. I mean, some of my first pictures are like not even that bad on site, and obviously some things have changed and everything else, but I like learned how you like found this pen tool. I was like, bro, this is such a like finer way to do hair, and it was like I was like it was super happy. It was a super happy day for me because I was like, oh my god, like something missing out of my hair, something like you know something needs to be added. Like I feel like something's missing, and this thing it just it blew my mind because it was like this is exactly what was missing, and now I have it, and it's glorious. And like the thing is too is that because I found it all by myself, I like was playing with it, and I don't remember how I was doing anything. I think I was looking up a tutorial for like an eye, and I ended up like playing with this. I was like, this is actually a really nice tool for like hair, and so like I started using it for hair, and now you have what I'm doing with her hair right now, and adding that extra texture to it. But moral of the story that it never stopped me from. You have your up and downs. We have breaks. People take breaks all the time. That's not a big deal. If you need to feel like you need to take a break, then take a break. But it's still the fact too. If you really enjoy it, don't don't keep it hidden. I mean, embrace it. I love doing art, and this is like amazing for me. I love coloring. My favorite thing is coloring. It's just that's why I'm doing this because I'm just gives me a reason not to really work on my stuff, but it also gives me a reason to just be able to color things, and that's always nice because coloring's great. I always like like I have people ask me if they want to watch me like line stuff. I was like, ugh, lining's so boring though because you don't really see the progress on it. You're just like lining sketches that's already there. And so I was like, no. But like when coloring, I feel like coloring's like amazing because like you see the change. You go from a flat canvas to like texture and 3D and be able to actually do something and see the progress of it. Uh, it's my eye candy. I love being able to do all this stuff. And I wish people would actually take the time to do it themselves and learn and everything and not compare themselves. I just had something the other day sitting here like, oh, I'm like, it's not good, it's somebody else's. Like, of course it's not gonna be good because they have molded that style to like be their style. So yes, it is not going to be that great. So, I mean, like, you gotta find your own little path. You gotta find your own little way. And but trust me, you'll feel so much better once you actually do. And like, just because you don't have a tablet doesn't mean you can't do. Like, doesn't mean you're gonna stop. I mean, I go back to like, if you want to get a tablet, sure, get a tablet. And I mean, like I said, I don't really agree with it because like, well, I feel like you should learn. I actually want to do art and not just get better at aim. Like actually learn stuff and everything else. But I mean, I can't stop you. I can't tell you what you can and cannot do with your money. If you want to do something, if you want to blow it on like dildos, you can blow it on dildos. Don't have me stop you. But like, just because you don't have a tablet though, or you just can't afford it, or you just don't want to get one, whatever the freaking reason you have, like, don't feel like just because you can't have one doesn't mean your editing sucks. Like, work on it. Work on what you do know. Like, and people do it with side too all the time. Like, people sit here and like, oh well, I need side to be good. And it's like, no, you don't. And they're like, oh well, you're a hypocrite because you use side. It's like, I'm using side just because when I first started side, like, I didn't want to use side just because it's a good drawing program, and that's why I like it. Because it's good for drawing. It's not an editing program, it's a drawing program. I'm gonna check the time. It's already been an hour since I'm like editing this. Like, just sitting here talking. I can't believe my son is so sleepy. But But I mean, like, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, just don't like. I feel like people do it all the time. Like, stop themselves because they don't have Psy or because they're like a Mac user and they can't have it and whatever the reason. Don't hold yourself back. I have never said like even this was before like tablets were cool for editing. But I mean like when I was young, if I could never told myself, oh, because they use Photoshop that I'm not good enough. No, I have never done that. And I mean, maybe it's just because of my positive outlook. But I mean, like, if I wanted to do something, I would try my hardest to do it. I mean, may not be the perfect thing, but I mean, I would still try. I mean, like, people don't try no, enough nowadays. And I feel like people just waste stuff. People give up so easily just because they don't have something else at, because they're comparing their work to somebody else. Someone else who's been doing it for a lot longer, or maybe even doing it less. I know a person who is like one of my really good friends that she like got a tablet and then literally within like the course of like a year even, she'd already like surpassing a lot of people because she'd only had it for like a year. She'd only been aiming for so long and blah blah blah. I mean, honestly, I was kind of jealous of her at first because I took forever to like actually improve and get where I am, and someone's like doing it faster than me. But I mean, like it's okay to feel like that, but it's also we all work our own ways. We all like can do it. We all can actually be okay and learn things from each other. And if somebody learns faster than you, I mean, guess somebody learns faster than you. And the thing is, like, because she got her tablet, she learned a lot quicker because, it is easier with a tablet. I'm not saying it's not, but it's also, don't count on it. I mean, I just feel like, you should be able to color, you should be able to do other stuff with your tablet instead of just egging over something. That's just me. I mean, that could be a total hypocrite, but like, work on your own damn drawings, work on your sketching, and people are like, well, I'm not good at drawing. It's like, then, you're not serious, really surprised in the editing world, because that's all about, like, redrawing and everything else, blah, 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 like, and, I don't, I think I'm gonna cut this video short, and maybe just do a speed up of the rest of the color just because I'm taking forever, and then like more than I would like to. And it took me an hour just to do these three. So, I think I'm just gonna say goodbye and then speed up the rest of the video. So if you want to stay around and see the rest of them, you can. But I think that's just for me talking right now. So, thanks for joining me and everything else. Hope you stay tuned for the last little bit on the video. Honestly, it's not gonna be like this video will be an hour long, maybe